If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Captain America Civil War, stop listening now, major spoilers. Today is May 3rd, 2016. It is about 12 p.m. Just finished watching the first 15 minutes of Captain America Civil War, and right now we're sitting at a 8.5 out of 10 star opening. Really, really great, man. Really solid stuff, and we're going to start from the beginning and work all the way back, man. The movie starts out with a lot of familiar stuff that we've seen from the trailers. So, majority of the stuff that's in the trailers, besides the fight scene between Captain America and all the good stuff, airport scene and all that stuff, Black Panther, that stuff's not in the first 15 minutes, but majority of the stuff in the trailers is in the first 15 minutes, and it's done pretty nice, man, because you get to see how everything comes together. Because the trailer time, if you add them all together, I think it's like a total of like maybe 5 minutes, but the extra 10 minutes that's added on really brings some substance to that material, man. So here we go, man. The Winter Soldier is activated. He gets a mission. When he gets that mission, he goes and he has to, eliminate his target. He eliminates his target with a punch to the, I think it was left-hand side of the vehicle. The vehicle crashes on a dirt road. He goes to the trunk, opens it up, grabs this case. There's something in the case. I'm not going to spoil what's in the case because it's very important what's in the case. And then after that, we get to see that nice brand new Avengers team, man, which is the makeup of Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, Captain America, Falcon. They are on their first mission out in Africa somewhere, and they are trying to track down the Purge, aka Crossbones. So Crossbones and the original Thanos, aka Hero Merc #1, they are actually on a mission to kind of grasp and capture and locate this bioweapon, okay? And then the Avengers, led by Captain America, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, and Black Widow. They're there to actually stop, Crossbones and Hero Merc #1 and the rest of the thugs. All right. What I love about this whole entire scene with them. Number one, it's done really, really well. Meaning that they give you all the information that you need to know what's going to happen next. There really isn't any surprises, but it's okay, though. It's okay. And what I mean by that is that at the beginning of the episode, Scarlet Witch says something to Captain America. She says, "You know that I can use my powers, right?" Later on in the episode, or later on in the movie, the first 15 minutes, we get to see what she means when she says what she said right there to Captain America. And it's something that is very, very important because that right there, solidifies her, I guess you could say her membership, her position inside of the Avengers, okay, as being a brand new Avenger, man. It's really, really awesome what they did there, and we'll talk about that in a second, okay? What I really, really enjoy about this movie so far, the first 15 minutes, is that what they do with Black Widow takes her character to another level, man. She is powerful as hell inside of here, and so is Scarlet Witch. All right, so Black Widow and Crossbones, they're on top of this Humvee. This is shortly after the scene where Captain America kicks that guy in the face, that soldier guy, after he gets gassed, okay? Scarlet Witch is able to take all that gas and throw it up into the air and kind of get it out of the way so that nobody, gets hurt. Falcon has a whole lot of different gadgets, and we'll talk about those really, really soon. Black Widow, she fights with Crossbones on top of this Jeep. There's an opening inside of the Jeep, like a hatch where a gunner can come out and return fire. She falls down, but before she falls down, and when I say falls down, she gets backhanded in the face and then she falls down. After she really, is beating Crossbones, but, he has an upgrade, and he says, "I don't work like that anymore." And then he backhands her. What he's referring to, man, is Black Widow tried to, zap him with the electricity, the sticks or whatever. He was like, "Nah, that's not going to work anymore. I got something for you, baby girl." Backhand her, right in the face. Bow, She falls down. He grabs a grenade, throws it down inside of there, closes the hatch. And Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, she really, really fast. And she has like less than, I think, between 6 to 8 seconds. And then I said she reacts and she grabs a guard after she beats him up, throws him on top. You don't see that, but then she gets blown out of the truck, and then you can kind of guess what happened inside of there because she's still alive. The rest of the people are dead. There's no guts or nothing like that, but you know exactly what happened, man. Black Widow, she survives that scene, and then after that, Crossbones comes up with this idea after him and the old Thanos, and when I say old Thanos, this is the original Thanos from the Avengers, the actual guy, Damian Porter, who is the first guy that was cast as Thanos, and then Marvel decided to recast him with some dude named what is it, Josh Brolin, because he can probably bring in a little bit more, income to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thanos was originally black, and then they cast him with Josh Brolin because that's just how it is in Hollywood right now. But we're not going to talk about that. All right, Crossbones and Thanos, they come up with this idea. Okay, after they steal this biological weapon, Captain America, he after he gets done fighting those guards upstairs, he goes over and he sees that there's this vial missing, that he was trying to protect them from, and he notifies the team that the biological weapon is missing. Crossbones and Thanos, aka Hero Merc #1, they decide to break up and do a decoy mission to kind of trick up and confuse the Avengers, man. But they don't fall for it. Captain America goes after their Crossbones. Black Widow, she goes after Hero Merc #1. Falcon goes after another one, and Scarlet Witch goes after another one. And then after that, they come together in a nice little how do you want to say, a little fight montage, man. Black Widow, she has Hero Merc #1 cornered. Hero Merc threatens to drop the vial. He says, stop, drop your gun or I'll drop this vial and kill everybody in sight. Falcon comes with this brand new device. There's this little how do you want to say it? A little droid, okay, or drone, and this little drone is actually utilized inside of the beginning of the movie, and shows whenever Falcon is on top of that building looking over the city or whatever. He uses the drone to scan this truck, and that lets them know exactly where Crossbones is at, and that's what leads them to the location where the biological weapon is. And then he sees that Black Widow is in a pretty tough spot because she had to drop her weapon. She's about to be killed. He comes down with the little drone, and then he shoots Hero Merc #1, kills him or whatever. And then the vial drops. Black Widow, she catches it real quick, and then they're communicating each other, via their, earpiece or whatever. And then he said, "You're not gonna say thank you?" And then she's like, "No, I'm not gonna say thank you." And he's like, you can talk to it or whatever. And she's like, "I'm not gonna talk to this whatever this thing is." He's like, "It's called Red Wing." So that was Marvel's response, I think, to fans to give Falcon a toy or a creature. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to originally have a bird with him and communicate with birds and stuff, but they're not probably gonna go that way. So they gave him, the next best thing, and that is the drone. And then that drone is actually called Red Wing. So yeah. Not Black Widow. Captain America, as he is, about to split up and try to find these groups. There's definitely decoy groups. He gives the order to kind of downgrade and try to blend in or whatever. He throws his shield up in the air. I think from what I saw, his shield explodes, and then after his shield explodes, he's able to, walk about in the crowd and not be, I guess identified or whatever. I don't know the reason for it, but as soon as he does that, Crossbones comes, punches him in the back, flings him a couple of miles or a couple of feet away, man. He punches him so hard that Captain America, it's kind of strange to see him like that, but he's vulnerable as hell, and he gets punched and he flies across this cafe on the ground. Then he gets back up, they start fighting. It's really violent fight sequences. They're really good. They're really really well thought out fight sequences. Long story short, Captain America gets the advantage over Crossbones. He's about to kill Crossbones. Crossbones pulls off his mask or whatever after he's hit and beat up, and then Captain America sees the events of Captain America the Winter Soldier, and he sees how Crossbones' face is all burned up and stuff. And whenever he's about to kill him, Crossbones tells him that, Bucky's the one that gave the order or whatever. And then he's like, "Bucky?" And then Crossbones, as he has, Captain America on this emotional side, he pulls out this device that lets you know that he has a suicide vest on. He's about to blow up Captain America. It's about to be, the end of a legacy, an end of an era. And then all of a sudden, the Scarlet Witch comes around the corner. She saves Captain America. She grabs him, using her powers, her pink powers, her pink magical bubble powers and stuff, and her pink magical I can control things with my mind powers. And then she elevates Crossbone up in the air, and something goes wrong. and I don't know. For me, I saw that her wrist kind of moved around or whatever, and then that sends Crossbones and the explosion and all of the power and all of the impact into a building, and then that building explodes just from like the top corner. You know what I'm saying? Which didn't really make any sense. It was like a couple of levels, maybe let's say maybe like 4 or 5, maybe 6 floors were blown out, and then she's devastated, man. Captain America doesn't console her. He doesn't say anything to her at all. It was like one of those moments where he's just like, oh God, man, not again, you know? It's probably like, he's had too much at that moment, and he probably couldn't give her any sort of advice or whatever. She's devastated. She puts her mouth over her hand, her hand over her mouth, and just, is kind of like in tears and very upset, man, at what she done. But we don't understand, or we don't know what's going to happen, because, the scene switches over to Tony Stark's scene, and so we don't know what's going to happen. But hopefully later, Captain America sits down and talks to her. The reason why I couldn't give the actual episode, or the actual first 15 minutes of Captain America Civil War a actual 10 out of 10 star rating, is because there was a lot of ridiculous stuff that happened. Nothing that takes away from the movie, but it's just, certain things, like the grenade scene with Black Widow. That's bullshit. Black Widow starts riding on this motorcycle for no apparent reason, just to ride it because it looks cool or whatever. I was like, that's bullshit. Captain America, Captain America not getting any sort of damage. It just, yeah, it's not good. I mean, I understand who he is and whatever, but come on, man, we could do a little bit better than that. And then lastly, the Black Widow scene where she catches the bioweapon, the biological weapon, by doing the flip. It was just ludicrous, man. The vial would have hit the ground. And then obviously we're talking about the last is the grenade scene inside of the van or the truck. There's just no way that she would have been blown out of the van with that much force over a little tiny grenade. And it wasn't like some upgraded grenade. It was an old ass antique grenade. There's just no reason. And those grenades don't have that much power, man. You wouldn't have even blown up the vehicle, and we've seen that happen before. But anyway, it's just, I'm a military guy. I'm a veteran, man. So, we don't fall for that stuff, man. But that's okay. But it doesn't take away from anything, man. It's still a solid movie. I hope you guys get a chance to see it. It's right now, I recommend it, man. I really do. It's the first 15 minutes. I highly recommend it. It's something that should be seen, man. And the stuff that's inside the case that Bucky is going after, the red notebook at the beginning of the movie, the actual introduction for the Captain America Civil War, it looks really, really cool. I mean, there's a lot of different things, man, different factors that I would let you guys, I guess you can say, talk about, and just, you have to see for yourself, man. It's really, really cool. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's enough time, man. I'm out of here. I kind of went over my 10-minute mark, but that's okay. I'm out of here. That's it. Hey, let me know what you guys think about Captain America Civil War in the comments, and look up for the giveaway that we're going to be doing for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I'm giving away a lot of my collection, because I don't collect that stuff anymore. So, yep, let me know in the comments, and yeah, we'll choose the winner shortly. Rather. Hey, if you haven't had an opportunity to watch Captain America, the Winter Soldier, fuck.